I'm not new to this dating game thing. Obviously, I've got the salt and pepper in the beard. I've been out there. Online dating profiles, and some of you guys today are funny. I laugh when I hear you all, oh, women today and this and that. And it's a rigged game and blah blah blah. And dating apps suck and all. It's been that way for a while. I think it was around 2004, 2003, four, in and around there that they started to get some traction. Um, I was involved in a startup in the early 2000s, dealing with this one called Lemon Tonic, which was, I think, one of the founders came from the Lava Life world. So these were the two main ones. And everything that I'm about to go through here with you is going to absolutely like clarify anything that you need to know and create a little bit of laughs for you along the way when it comes to deciphering the code in the matrix, if you will. Paul Perry says, I was the ultimate beta. You and Shooter Tomasi basically saved my life. Been through so much crap, but I feel like I'm on the right track. It took me 40 years. Spinning the crap out of plates right now. Attaboy. All right. Let me open up my list because I posted this here on the community tab of the YouTube channel. This is a different community tab from this one, by the way. This one's mine. The one I'm about to show you is the public one. All right. All right. So I'm just going to rip through these. Wild. What do you think that means? Generally, that means drinking drug problem, addictive personality, difficult to control, right? You're going to have to reel that one in, if you know what I'm saying. 39 means 50. It definitely doesn't mean 39. 29 doesn't mean 29, and 39 doesn't mean 39. Whenever you see that age on a dating app, it's definitely into the next decade that they were born for sure. There's always this like rounding down issues. Matt, like women tend to lie about their age and their looks. Like they'll use older photography, or they'll say that they're 39 if they're like 45 or 50 or something like that to try to capture the younger crowd, or to hold out that they're younger than what they actually are. I mean, women inherently know that their true value is in their youth and their beauty and their reproductive rights. I mean, it's been that way for millions of years. Evolutionary psychology has confirmed this. That's why you see this on the dating sites that way. Why it's rounded down sort of thing. Oh, you want me to share the screen, Moff? Sure. Hold on a second, but you don't trust me to read it out. You don't like my beautiful voice. You just want to read it instead. I don't even know if you're going to be able to see this on the screen here. Let me make it a little bit bigger. So this one's my personal list, and then I'm going to go through the comments and I'm going to go through the feedback from some of the other guys. Don't waste my time. Alpha widowed several times, guaranteed. Um, Anytime you see "don't waste my time," you're going to be dealing with a demanding, pushy. You might see "don't waste my time" in conjunction with something else in the bio, like hashtag boss girl, stuff like that. They're going to be difficult to deal with. Basically, the translation is they've made some bad choices in life. They don't want to take ownership for it, and or they've been alpha widowed several times, but they've got a notch count, up there, which is why they're like trying to push for the good guys, which ultimately they're, it's funny because they push for the good guys on the dating app, especially past the epiphany phase, past 30, but they don't really want to be with the good guys. They still want to be with the Chads. They still want to be with the guys with the broad shoulders, narrow waist, the muscle, chiseled jaw, the deep voice. The guys. You guys know, right? Some of you are those guys. Some of you have been those guys. About average. So whenever you see like average, as far as a descriptive term used for body type, I remember, it was like, I don't know what were the options: thin, average. I think they had athletic, thick, and they've got like something like big and boned or whatever. I don't know what the BB, whatever it is. You know the one I'm talking about. Homie, don't mess with anything above average. But whenever you see something like above average as a descriptive term, it generally means like 30 to 60 pounds overweight. Love to travel. That means looking for a dude to take me on trips. I'm not even kidding. Like most of the time when you see these like girls on social media sites like Instagram and stuff like that, and they've got something like "I love to travel," or they've got a lot of travel photography, and they're young. They're clearly not. self-made or anything like that. Somebody's paying for it. Somebody's paying for it, guaranteed, right? And it's generally not her. Again, remember, men are success objects and women are beauty slash sex objects. So those things go in conjunction with one another. A guy has resources, she's got beauty. Let's go travel. It's basically the way that it pans out in those scenarios. Independent. What does that mean? You will decide nothing. And it sometimes means not entirely independent. Independent, can sometimes mean I rely on my ex-husband for child support and alimony, or I rely on my ex-husband, the government, for child support, alimony, and child tax credits, sort of thing. But yeah, like anybody that's independent doesn't need to declare that they're independent. They just are at the end of the day. I've never uploaded a dating bio and published it and said independent on it. That's just foolish. I mean, no woman looks for independent, in a guy's quality, but they somehow think that it's something that we, look towards. Are you young? Are you hot? Are you thin? Do you have culinary skills? These are the sorts of, like, are you not going to nag me sort of thing? Like, these are the things that we're interested in, right? Independent equals you will decide nothing. No hookups. Definitely hooks up if you're a Chad. That's basically what that one means. No hookups is usually closely correlated with don't waste my time. And, she's racked up a bit of a number, bit of a body count, and saying that she's not into the hookups, but she will definitely, absolutely, positively hook up if you're a Chad. Um, all of you guys out there in the comments, say what's up right now, confirm, or deny. You tell me. Another one of my favorites is get me off this app. All that means is I've been with a lot of dudes here and I'm running out of new inventory to deal with. So get me the hell out of here because I got nothing else. Jaren's in the chat. He says no hookups equals she's game to go and usually come right over. Hey, listen, it's happened to all of us at least once. It's happened at least once if you got some game. Get me off this app and with a lot of guys. Next one. My son Aiden is my world. Translation, you will be an ATM and pay for him. That's basically where we're getting at with this. Stay well away. I mean, I've got it in my 20 red flag chapter in the book. It's red flag number 12, single moms. You guys should not be dealing with single moms on any kind of long-term basis. Short-term dating, fine, if you absolutely have to. Listen, just read the book. The Unplugged Alpha, it's on Amazon. Grab it. You'll understand why. It's just worth your time in that one. But my son Aiden is my world usually equals you'll be an ATM and pay for him. That's essentially what she's looking for. That's what the translation is. It also, essentially means that you will decide nothing, your opinion means nothing, and you will have to bend the knee to a child that isn't even yours most of the time, right? Kid wants to have a little spaz and brat out. Guess whose side she's going to be on? Her son Aiden, right? Beautiful eyes equals fat. I've seen this one a few times, and it's usually cropped out photographs, zoomed in, right around, heavily made up, like heavy makeup eyes, or maybe she's got great eyes, like a deep blue, or like a nice colored green eye sort of thing. Hey, listen, just make sure you get a head to toe picture before you make any calls on the whole beautiful eye thing, if you know what I'm saying. Foodie equals doesn't cook and demands fancy restaurants you pay for. I think I shared one of these here on my Twitter. Let me see if I can find it. It was a funny meme I got sent to me. You guys DM me these things all the freaking time. I got to find it because it exemplifies the whole foodie thing. There it is. Add to stream. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it says it's a dating profile. It says Courtney, age 29. Of course, it's always 29, right? Translation, what does that mean, boys? 30, 35. If you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. Her worst. Who the F is Jenna? Dude says, my sister. Place is burning down. She's going nuts over the phone. Her best. I tried to make spaghetti, but burnt it, so now you get to take me out. Foodie. Doesn't cook and demands fancy restaurants you pay for. Athletic equals flat-chested. Unless she's had some augmentation work generally, but yeah, it just happens. Ready to settle down. Oh, let me put it back on the screen for you guys. Let's go a little bit bigger. Hopefully you can see it this way. You're going to have to watch it on a console if I do it this way. Ready to settle down means that she's been with every alpha, she's been on the carousel, and wants a beta male provider now. She wants some guy that's just good enough. I mean, she might already have kids in tow and she doesn't want anymore. She just wants a guy that's just good enough to pay for everything. Or she's got baby rabies and she's looking for a just good enough guy with reasonable genes to reproduce with and have him pay for everything. And 50% of the time, she's going to leave him 7 to 10 years down the road. So that's a big translation for ready to settle. But the older that she is, okay, I'm going to say this again. 29 ready to settle is not the same thing as 39 ready to settle. I'm going to say this. 31 ready to settle is not the same thing as 41 ready to settle. Ready to settle 41 is a dangerous ready to settle. Okay? I'm just saying. Understand that. Boss girl equals disagreeable and annoying. You ever see those hashtag boss girls? I'm a boss girl. Do, 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 do. She's disagreeable and she's annoying. Trust me. Alpha woman. That's one of my favorites. By the way, there is no such thing as an alpha woman. Okay. There's just women. There's some difficult women, but you can't. I mean, they think that they're alphas. I went out and got my law degree, so now I'm a lawyer. I went out and got my accounting degree, so now I'm an accountant. I went out and I'm a C-suite, blah, blah, blah. I'm an alpha woman. Just understand that just means bossy AF. Adventurous equals ho. I know my worth equals I think I'm a queen, and you should too. Generally speaking, when somebody is worth something, they don't walk around saying, I know my worth. Now, a few years into a relationship and somebody's being taken advantage of and they need to put their foot down and say, look, lady, I know my worth. Or maybe she says it to him sort of thing. That's a different story. But you do not go and declare, I know my worth in a dating bio, because that means that she's an entitled brat, generally speaking. She thinks that she's a queen and she believes that you should believe so as well. Bubbly equals won't stop talking. Hey, where are the lies? You know, you guys tell me in the comments. It's, you know, the chat is there. You let me know. Financially independent equals getting alimony and child support.